Another invention on the fly. We were invited to dinner at a friend's house, and I said that I would bring an appetizer. I said, well, okay, how about tuna poke with avocado crema? So once again, my friends would be guinea pigs for a new recipe. Well, the first thing you have to do is marinate the tuna, and you got to do that a few hours in advance, at least 3 or so. It can go longer, but you want to give it a chance for the flavors to get in. First thing you need to do is you get a pound of diced sushi-grade tuna. So you're just going to get the tuna and you're going to dice it. Kind of, you don't want it to be too small, but relatively small, right? So here you go. I cut this little plank here into these little strips, and I cut that up like so, and I put it in with the rest of the tuna that I've already prepped. Now, sometimes you end up with, at some parts of the tuna, you get layers that have these little membranes in them. Those are chewy. You don't want to leave them in there. Relatively easy to get out. You just put your knife along the membrane, you take it out on one side, then you put it in on the other side, and you just kind of peel it off the top like so. Not a big deal. You're going to throw that out, and you're just going to dice up the little piece, and you're going to throw that in there with the rest of them. Now, what is the marinade? Very simple. I have a 1/4 cup of a citrus ponzu, about a 1/4 cup. This one happens to be yuzu ponzu, so it has a yuzu is an Asian citrus. You could use lime ponzu, that would be fine. 1/4 cup works okay. It coats very nicely, and you get a little bit on the bottom, which is kind of what you want to do. You're going to make sure you have enough. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to add 2 teaspoons of gochujang paste. This is a good amount. It's not too much. You could put more if you wanted. You could put less if you wanted. It's really to your taste. But 2 teaspoons seems to be a reasonable amount. It's not overwhelming it. And I'm just kind of making sure I got a little bit on every little piece. So that's it to get this started. I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to stick it in the fridge. And we'll be back in a few hours. And we'll do we're going to do the avocado crema, and then we're going to plate the whole thing. So we'll be back. All right, I'm ready to finish this up. You ready to eat it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what have we got here? We're going to make first the avocado coconut crema, right? So that's what I said. It's avocado coconut in order to go a nice flavor theme. I'm going to take a half of this avocado, scoop it out into here, right? Mash it over the fork. So I need to make this into a kind of a crema. And the way I'm going to do that is coconut milk. This is like 3 tablespoons.
I'm going to say, how much is that?
It's about 3 tablespoons of coconut milk. I got about 2 teaspoons of fish sauce, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. This is, by the way, low sodium soy sauce.
Right.
I would definitely want to do it that way. Now we're going to see if I can turn this into a nice crema that has the right consistency. Now, I did put a little extra coconut milk out just in case I need to thin it out a little bit more. Let me do that. Oh, lost a little.
Yep,
There we go. All right. We're going to make this into a nice crema by whipping it up. Now I got to give it a taste. Nice coconut crema. Could take a spoon, a little taste. All right, that's good. So I have salt. Occasionally you do it and you say, it still needs a little bit of salt. But this was fine. So I'm going to take this, and how much am I going to put in here?
as much as you need.
Exactly. I don't know. You know, I got a pound of tuna. I got this nice thing. I'm going to put some in there. Going to mix it up.
And now, how long has that been sitting for?
Oh, this has been, wow, it's probably like 5 hours.
Yeah, okay.
5 hours. It's got to be at least 3. See, now I can put more. All right. So I'm good to put more in here. You want, if you want, you can taste that after all. There you go. You want to taste a little bit of that crema. Because I think I have enough in here now. See, I just want to make sure I'm coating everything with that.
Yeah, that does not need salt.
No. All right, I'm going to actually...
Ooh, coconut. Good.
Yeah, you get the coconut, right?
Yeah.
it's actually really kind of cool with the coconut in it, isn't
And
it?
the avocado is more like body consistency than a flavor in this.
Okay, so I've got this all mixed up. Looks nice. All right. So what am I going to do? I am going to take a plate that has some radicchio sitting on it. Nice radicchio. Now this is like 6 appetizers or like 3 dinners.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have this for dinner. So like if it was just an appetizer, I'd take a big ice cream scoop like this. That would be enough for an appetizer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2 big scoops like that, right? And now it's become a dinner, right? Okay, and I gotta top it with stuff though, right? So this is furikake. This is a yuzu furikake, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's all kinds of different furakakis you can get. It's just the little seeds. It's the little seeds. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that on top.
This one has a little citrus in it.
It does,
Yeah.
and it kind of goes with the other stuff that's in there. Okay, now I've got some roasted. These are roasted unsalted peanuts, halves. They're broken into halves, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that on top too, just like that. Just just however much you want. Adds a nice little crunch. That's the idea. And then we're going to finish that off with the green parts of some scallion. Some green parts of some scallion. And we're going to serve it with plantain chips. These were the plantain chips that I made in episode 207. So if you want to see about the plantain chips and how they're made, you just go to episode 207. I'm just going to stick these under here like this, and I'm going to present this to Donna to give it a taste.
Ooh, yum.
And we'll see what she thinks of that. As I mentioned, I actually made this for friends. We were invited over to dinner. I kind of came up with this idea. I showed up. I made this for them. I'd never had it before, and it was just one of those guinea pigs. The friends get to play guinea pigs.
Okay, first off, it doesn't overwhelm the tuna, so I do get fish and some nice acid and salt, and crunch, obviously, from the peanuts. This is just delicious.
Really like that.
Yeah, this is like you put things with a little acid on raw fish, and I'm a happy person.
Okay, and then you get the little
And of
you get
course
the little chips
the
with you
little
that you can
chips.
have with that too. That adds another additional crunch. And those are just salted. That I didn't put any other seasoning on it. It was just the plantain chips with salt.
Plantain chips.
Okay, so you likey.
Yum.
Okay, so that's dinner, folks. And so we're gonna have that now with, of course, some wine. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.